One thing that gave William Ruto the strength in 2022, it is the people, the friends, the team that he had constituted before, actually after he had left Uhuru Kenyatta's side. And some of these people came from Western Kenya. And one of them is Cleophas Malala, Moses Wetangula, and of course, Mudavadi Musalia. Now, amongst all these people, I personally tell myself that apart from Kaluale, then the person I can talk about here, it is Malala, who is a bit powerful when it comes to being a vocal leader from the Western region. Now, if you check critically, Malala even forced Senator Kaluale to shift from being a gubernatorial aspirant to being a senator. That was a clear indication that Malala is not a small politician when it comes to the Kakamega politics. And you've seen from that video, it is not just that leader, Ayub Safula, who could not speak. It also happened to the governor himself. He could not be able to make a speech successfully because the ground is hostile. The ground is hostile. Why am I saying it's hostile? This is the effect of Rigathi Gachagua's team. Rigathi Gachagua has already gotten Malala on his side. He has dispatched him to the Western region. We are seeing friendly conversations between him and, of course, the governor, Trans Nzoia County, George Natembeya. We are seeing Eugene Amolo from Bungoma. Slowly, we are getting other leaders coming on board. That means that there's a huge effect of Rigathi Gachagua's movement in the Western region. And the problem there's going to be a coalition between the Mount Kenya and the Western region. And I don't think if the Western region, for instance, Natembeya comes as a deputy president, if he comes on as a deputy president, I don't think that they are going to manage him because the Western region will be able to shift on his side because who else do they have? Unless William Ruto also goes for the deputy president from that region. Or even the presidency from that region. They can decide to front anybody. Now, as we speak today, the effect of Rigathi Gachagua is seriously being felt on the ground, and William Ruto must fear. Now, for all those who know and follow the Western region politics, Ayub Savule is one of the most vocal leaders that I've never seen him being booed in a funeral or in any event. He's one of the people who takes center stage because of the way he speaks, the way he articulates his issues, the way he supports Governor Baraza, and that makes him one of the strongest leaders from that region. He even says he has 3 wives. That's a strong man. So this gentleman, speaking in a funeral, a deputy governor, and then you are booed, stopped, until your speech is interrupted, it's dangerous. And these are allies of William Ruto, people of ODM, that Raila Amolo Odinga feels are going to support William Ruto. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. Let's not forget that the same Western region has a person called, of course, Peter Salasia, who will be the future kingpin of the Western region. This gentleman is taking effect across the Western region because we are finding him, whenever he speaks, particularly in Kakamega, people listen to him and nobody boos him because he speaks the truth and nothing but the truth. He has gone for Raila Amolo Odinga. He has gone for even Francis Atwoli, for other leaders. He speaks the truth because he speaks the language of the people. Therefore, Peter Salasia, combining with Ayub Savula, not Jay Savula, Cleophas Malala, George Natembeya, and more people are coming on board, and Wamboka, somebody. That means it's not going to be easier for William Ruto in the Western region. Again, it's not going to be a ride. He can be able to contain Bungoma because we know how Wetangula does his politics. But the fact remains that these other regions of Western Kenya, they're not going to be easy as that because Raila Amolo Odinga will not be on the ballot. And ODM is no longer felt on the ground because of the kind of betrayal they give the Kenyans. And if William Ruto loses if Raila Amolo Odinga and William Ruto lose Sifuna will be the Senate of Nairobi. Wetangula, of course, Gachagua will support him. And as a result, we are going to have him getting back to the seat. Because he has always stood by the people, for the people. And that is very dangerous for the ODM party. and William Ruto at large. It's not going to be easier to get the votes from Raila Amolo Odinga just like that. Even in the coast, if you got there, it's not going to be easier because Raila Amolo Odinga is not in the ballot. They are going to sell William Ruto, who has orchestrated what you call the abductions in the country, and some people have been killed under his regime. So therefore, it's not going to be easy at all. So as we speak today, the Western region has shifted. If you listen to P.K. Salasya speak, if you listen to the booing that is happening, Gachagua is taking effect. And at the moment they organize themselves this year as the Mountain region, then come up with a leader from the Western region, then say wanalipa deni ya Western, and then come up with another leader from somewhere, maybe Kisii, Matiang'i or somebody. That means they're going to take over the government come 2027. We know very well that William Ruto is in fear. Whether he speaks toughly with his people, the fact remains that Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Amolo Odinga believe the system is present. Actually, to be specific, Raila Amolo Odinga, because Uhuru Kenyatta did not speak of the system as such, they believe that the system is there to protect them, but they also dust. And this clearly indicates that William Ruto does not have a guarantee to win the Kenyans' hearts. And if the youths of this country continue the position they're doing and vote against William Ruto entirely, that's going to happen seriously, and that means William Ruto is going home. So therefore, Gachagua is affecting Mount Kenya and is affecting Western region. And later on, subsequent regions are going to come on board. It's not going to be easier for William Ruto at all. We had Oscar Sudi say that even if the votes are not enough, they are going to feel those that will be left. Wanatoa wapi? Si ni wizi tu. I'm going to do an extensive video on the signs of William Ruto that is going to lose. But the fact remains that William Ruto is in panic as we speak today. And the last shot that he had was Uhuru Kenyatta. And if Uhuru Kenyatta is not going to convince the ground with his people, Mutahi Kagwe and the rest, who will be the Cabinet Secretary for Agriculture next time, then it is very, very clear that William Ruto is going home in 2027. Because there's no guarantee that if you lose the mountain, you're going to win the elections. There's no guarantee. Because the mountain are the people who are at the center of fighting for leadership in this country. Starting from the Mau Mau until where we are. They are the people who orchestrated the Mau Mau. As people, the rest of the country were talking about Mau Mau stories. They participated in the Mau Mau movement. So these are the people who are going to determine the Kenyan politics, not just now, but for the rest of the future, because they have the blueprint that the rest of the regions do not enjoy. I don't know what's your take as far as this is concerned. Let me see in the comment section, you guys, what you think about regarding Gachagua's effect on the Mount Kenya and, of course, the Western region.